Hey guys, it's another episode of Dad's World. I want to show you how to spot a broken sprinkler head and how to fix it. It's pretty easy, pretty cheap. Things you're going to want to have are 1, a little tiny shovel. 2, any various types. I like using this little curvature because it gets right around the head. Some gloves if you don't want dirty hands. This is a piece of flexible pipe basically. You get it in any Home Depot, Walmart, shows Lowe's 25-foot sections, or one's about this long. This is just a 90-degree thing. I'm assuming that's what's broke on the bottom line. This is the most common piece that's broken. It costs about 80 cents. Once again, Lowe's, Home Depot, and you just screw it on the end and it'll look just like this, and you screw it on the end. I have an extra piece of pipe here, even though I have one down there already in the ground, because I'm assuming that I'm going to have to cut off and extend. You also, I'm looking for my other piece here. Where is it at? Where's my extension? Baby, see my extension? There it is. If you have to extend from one piece of flexible pipe that's down there to another, this is it. Another 80 cents, sold in the same section. Rainbird, there's a couple different ones that make it. But how do you spot a broken pipe? Because believe it or not, the head will still work somewhat, just not very good. Me, if you look in my grass, this is dirt. It's come around the head and it springs up and blows up because some of it sprang out and some of it's coming through the head. See how loose my head is? That's probably why it broke. When I extended it up, I didn't have enough dirt around it and I probably hit it with the lawnmower, probably cracking that 90-degree thing. So we'll show you how easy this is. Alright. I also like to have a mat because grass itches for my knees, so I put it down after I dig the hole, and you want to dig it so it doesn't kill all your grass. So I try to dig it so I can put it right back in place for the most part. Fescue grass is kind of hard. It doesn't really repair itself well, so to make a long story short, you want to save as much of it as possible. Notice I work around away from the head a little bit. That way, one, I'm not cutting it because I don't want to cut the line on the bottom, and I don't know exactly where it is because you have a pipe coming through here, and that flexible piece comes off the pipe. So the pipe may be here, the pipe may be here, the pipe may be there, but you don't want to cut that when you go down. So it's easier to take up some pieces like this slowly, then you know what you're working with. Out here, and what I like to do is calmly set them down, that way they're still in one piece. I don't need to cut all the way around it either, just enough work area. So take that, set that right there, and if you know anything about clay, it will kill anything it sits on too long. The head is only about 8 to 10 inches long most of the time, unless you have an extra long head. What I'm going to show you here, put all this here. Yes. Now see if I'm right. Pull this out. Here's the head, it's attached. Let me see that. And if you see down in here, that's actually the pipe running across. That's going all the way across my yard, so the flexible pipe isn't long. But I can already tell something's broken here because it's all hollowed out, and I was right. Here it is, guys, look. Here's the 90-degree pipe, and it is broken. So I can do it one of two ways. If I can get a pair of pliers right in here, see the end? Go grab me some pliers, babe, hanging on the wall. That end, they're hanging on the magnetic wall in the house. No, just regular ones. Hurry up. So if I can get a hold of this, if you have enough room in your hole, you can untwist this, twist a new one on, and then you don't have to mess around with a piece of flexible pipe. However, let's say you don't have enough room. What you'd want to do is go beyond this right here. You go back a little bit, cut it because it extends into it. You take your joint piece. Me personally, I put it on my new piece before I get in the hole, and then I twist the whole piece together. So that's one way to do it. You can also take the opportunity, if you have to go this far, and take a piece of this, and let's say you say, well, that head's in the wrong place. You can move it 10 feet, 15 feet, whatever, as long as you connect in, dig you a hole to a different spot in the yard, and you can put it over there if you want. You can put it up there, you can put it up there. This is the time to do it when you got it open. Mine's in the right spot, so I'm gonna try to leave it alone. I'm gonna see if I can get this one out without having to recut a new hole. And you can see the hole it created underneath all the way to the pipe because the water's been spraying under there. But believe it or not, even though that was broken, it still had enough force to pop the head and spray some water out. You wouldn't think it would, but it does. Let's see if I can get it down here and get it worked in here. Don't worry about the dirt in it. It will spray out of the heads. It says it's kind of hard to get these out because they're in there pretty good. And there's not a lot to work with. That's why you cut them off most of the time. But we're gonna see if we can get it. I think I can, which is gonna make our life easier. I'm using the pliers. If you see it right here, untwisting it, it just twists in the hose. See? Try to get my hand out of the way. Oh, here it comes. And wallakazam. This part is right here. So, it's just a 3/4 inch drive. Like I said, 80 cents, $1. You know, they go up, inflation. Oh, remember, the government says there's none, so. But, you can throw that there. You can throw that piece over there. Now we're ready here. Instead of twisting it on, I'm gonna take this piece, and believe it or not, this little piece of paper will make it a pain in the butt to screw on, even though I have done many and been lazy and not pulled it off. But if you pull it off right off the bat here and get it going, your life would be a little easier from the screw standpoint. Biodegradable, can go in the hole. All right, let's see if I can get a hold of it. This is the trick here, because these are kind of tough to put in. You can't just spin them. What you do is put pressure and then spin. The 90s are a lot easier than a hose extender, but that's what you would do if you wanted to extend still. You'd put this in one end, put this in another. You could have this 10 feet out. You could run it all the way up there, whatever you want, but it makes it easy. I keep some of these around with a sprinkler system. A repair like this, if you call the irrigation company out, this is 200 bucks. I know it sounds crazy because it's 80 cents, but by the time they come out here, their service call, they got to look at it, they're going to analyze it, they're going to run your bill. You got $200 in an 80-cent 5-minute fix. It's really 5 minutes. I'm explaining it, otherwise this would already be done, the hole would be filled in, wallakazam, you'd have a hard time even finding it. But push off as much dirt as I can. I'm pushing it in, guys. Look, goes right in. Luckily this one was a little stretched out, so it made it easy. Pushing. You want to seat as far as you can because it prevents the leak and reinforces the strength of the pipe. Actually, there you go. There's one. And guess what? Take my trusty head. This is a 360 head for me, and I have it going 360, but if you only had it going 90 or 180, you would probably have to adjust it again. And what I do is, even though it's tight, I get snug and then I back turn a tiny bit. And you say, why would you do that? Well, that way if let's say it's still 90, instead of adjusting the whole head, I can just spin the head, you know, clockwise or counterclockwise without leaking. And then it'll still go to the area I messed with. That's how you adjust a head. It's really easy. You can adjust it with your normal controls here, but if you already had it set and it's the same head, you want it to start out and finish it the same direction. So once it's down and you test it out, you turn it back and forth. Don't turn the water on until you're ready, or you're gonna fill your hole. So first things first here, I want this stuff in the hole, because part of my problem was it wasn't strong down here as I reinforced it. So I'm working some dirt just to help it in the hole and trying to work underneath because it's been sprayed out, guys. So we don't want to, nope, That one's wanting to get in there and help me out. Notice I'm using my finger to push around it. That way, look, now it's got some support. It won't just break that. That was the easiest point, a 90-degree angle. So let's get some other stuff in here. We want to get as much of that clay back in the dirt as possible, or in the hole, because this, believe it or not, will kill your lawn. Clay does. Sandy ones grow better, but fescue is a troublesome grass, expensive and complicated. I'm no grass expert, but I've learned when you spend your money, it starts becoming important to you, I found out as I aged. And I don't have a lot of money, so it's always important to me. I'm sure, like a lot of you guys, always trying to figure out how to save the money, because your boss wife probably wants it all. This area's kind of dead. It died from the water actually pushing up, probably got a little fungus on it. I'm gonna fill this as much as I can. Sometimes you may have to go and find some more dirt to put in the hole. It's amazing how what comes out doesn't fill back up the same way. I don't know how that works, but it seems like that's a normal thing with dirt. It's not as compacted. I stomp it in a little bit, and what I'll do is I'll take some more dirt, I'll fill in this area, and then we're going to have a fixed sprinkler head. And that's as easy as that, guys. I don't think you need to see a shovel full of dirt to finish it all. It's really that easy. That was an 80-cent fix and really took me about 5 minutes while doing a video. Be careful when you're down there. If you cut that line, which it's life, you know how to fix it. Just grab another piece of line, connect it, move on. It's not the end of the world. The line is very cheap. So if you dig too deep, that's it. Start out at about 6 inches, work your way around it, pry those pieces up, then dig a little more. Use your hand if you need to, or a small little spade shovel. And guess what? Then you turn around and you can get to the rest and put your side pieces back in. All right, guys, hope you liked it. Hope this helps. 80-cent fix, sprinkler head fix, 5 minutes of your time. It's another episode of Dad's World. If you like it, hit the like button. It helps me out as I start this channel. It's new. And comment below if you have any suggestions. All right, guys, bye.